हाय गाइस, गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन। हमारे पोस्टल प्रमोशन चैनल में आप सभी को फिर से हार्दिक हार्दिक अभिनंदन और शुभेच्छा। चलिए आज की एमसीक्यू सीरीज स्टार्ट करते हैं संदीप महेश्वरी सर के बहुत बढ़िया कोटेशन से। ऑल माई लाइफ आई हैव बीन अ फेल्यूर बट स्टिल ही इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट followed motivational speaker in the world. A failure when I dropped out of college, a failure when I started my career, a failure when I wrote a book, a failure when my business closed down, but a failure to others, not to myself. And just like me, you can also turn your failures into success. Volume 6, Part 3, MCQs. Which of the following is incorrect? The head postman to take up the work of any postman who may be temporarily absent. No, it is correct. He may accompany a postman whom several insured articles or EMO have been made over for delivery or payment. No, it is correct. Head postman may be employed to make inquiries into major inquiries. No, minor complaints. It is minor complaints. His service can be utilized in NDC nodal delivery centers and should also enter in particulars of drawing from and payments into MS29. Correct. So option C is false. So it is not correct. This one. Next question 2. The head postman must sign the treasurer cash book in form ACG2. Next question, which is incorrect and related to knowledge of postman? Incorrect. To know rates of inland postage commission of BMO charges for insurance and fee for registration. It is true. Able to use PMA and different mobile banking services. Yes, it is true. Postman is not required to describe principal features of SB letter scheme. No, why not required? It is required to describe and to bring more accounts so that post office get more revenues. So ये गलत हो गया है. नेक्स्ट ऑप्शन डी देखिए, एबल टू फिल अप डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स विच द पब्लिक ऑर्डिनरी डील, ये भी सही है. तो नॉट करेक्ट मतलब ये फॉल्स है, तो ये सही आंसर होंगे. इनकरेक्ट के चलते ये सही. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखिए, क्वेश्चन नंबर 4. एवरी पोस्टमैन टू मेंटेन पोस्टमैन बुक इन फॉर्म MS27. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, विच शुड नॉट बी एंटर्ड इन पोस्टमैन बुक, आर्टिकल्स एंटर्ड इन डिलीवरी स्लिप और स्पेशल बल्क डिलीवरी स्लिप में जो एंट्री होते हैं वो पोस्टमैन बुक में एंट्री करना ज़रूरी नहीं है, क्योंकि वहाँ बहुत सारे आर्टिकल रहते हैं और एक ही लिस्ट होता है, स्पेशल लिस्ट फॉर बल्क डिलीवरी. नेक्स्ट देखिए, फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स. डिलीवरी स्लिप्स एंड स्पेशल बल्क डिलीवरी स्लिप्स आर मेंटेन्ड इन फॉर्म RP58 एंड RP57 respectively. Next question, when postman beat extends beyond a single town or village, a visit book will be maintained in form MS86. MS86. Next, what are the additional facilities provided by village postman? Sale of postal stamp, sale of postal stationery, booking of registered letter, all of the above. Next, use of postman mobile application PMA is related to opening SBI account. Yes, opening of IP account. No. Sorry, opening of SBI account no, opening of IP account no. Deliverable article PMA is related to deliverable article. I mistakenly thought that IPPP. No, this is not IPPP. This is postman mobile app PMA. So opening of SBI account false, opening of IP account false, delivery article true, all of the above no. Next question, what action will be taken by the postman if the person to whom intimation to be delivered is incorrect? Intimation to be delivered is incorrect. Write name of the person in his book of receipt for intimation notice is delivered. Intimation to be delivered in presence of witness. Obtain the signature of witness in book. Yes, all of the above. So all of the above is correct. Next, if the postman books the registered article while on his beat, receipt will be issued in form book of receipt. If a postman books the registered article while on his beat, receipt will be issued in form book of receipt. Next, if a damaged article is received at delivery post office, a notice intimation slip to be sent to addressee by the postmaster to attend post office within 15 days in respect of foreign articles and 7 days in respect of inland articles. Next, if the postman examined that article made over to him is open or damaged or that bears signature of tampering, such fact may be brought at once to the notice of postmaster. Next question please. Register abstract and parcel abstract. Register abstract and parcel abstract is maintained in form RP33 and RP8. Register abstract RP33 and parcel abstract RP8. Next question please. In case of delivery slips, entries to be made by postman below the dash entry in the slip if the slip contains 15 slips, below the last entry of the slip. Next question. A postman ABPM GDS is permitted to deliver ensured hero limit is 500. Aggregate value of NSBP COD banking money order IPEP given to single postman not to exceed rupees 40,000. Next, aggregate value of NSBP to single ABPM dark sevok is 15,000. And next, divisional head can increase amount of value of INSBP COD banking money order IPPP to single postman to rupees 80,000, from 40,000 to 80,000. Okay, so next question please. Form number of AD card is RP54 and foreign article is RP54A. Next question please. Intimation to be served in RP52 and noted in book of receipt in RP53 for parcel weighing above 10 kg. Intimation to be served in RP52 in which cases? Article exceeding value 500, notice in respect of damaged articles, parcel weighing above 10 kg. So both the cases A and B. Next question please. Each postman beat is fixed by postmaster. Next question. A postman who on duty distributed advertisements, handbills, street circulars or notices of any description on behalf of members of public. He is prohibited to do so under which rule of volume 6 part 3 rule number 94. Next, if sufficient information regarding the addressee can't be obtained, it may be treated as refuse, no. Insufficient address, no. Return to sender, no. Return to postmaster as unclaimed. So particularly the article which data is not obtained, it is kept within postmaster's custody for 7 days with unclaimed. So that is option D. Correct option is D. Next, if the addressee of an article can't be found at the given address, process to be followed. Refused, inquiry, insufficient address, return to sender, no. Inquiry to be made regarding changed address from neighbors. Next, if unnecessary delay occurs in the payment by addressee of the charges recoverable on an article, the postman is authorized to deliver it, collect the due amount to next visitor, take the article back to post office, may mark refused. So if unnecessary delay occurs in the payment by addressee of the charges recoverable on an article, पेमेंट देने के लिए अगर वो बहुत ज़्यादा ही लेट कर रहा है तो पोस्टमैन का अगर टाइम वेस्ट हो रहा है तो वो ऑथराइज पोस्टमैन के पास ऑथोरिटी है टू take the article back to post office. When a mobilization or reservist cover is delivered, the signature of or work of addressee on the receipt to be attended by village headman, yes. Village accountant, yes. Any responsible witness known to postman, yes. All of the above are true. Next question. If the addressee refuses to sign an acknowledgement but merely signs the receipt, the postman should deliver it. Remark refusal on the noted in AD. If custom due and custom duty that is received by a postman from addressee to whom such amount to be made over is treasurer. तो कोई भी कस्टम ड्यूटी हो, कस्टम ड्यू हो, अगर कुछ भी ड्यू है तो वो ट्रेजरर को आपको बता देना है, या फिर अगर मिलता है तो वो ट्रेजरर को जमा कर देना है. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. द पोस्टेज ड्यू रिकवर बाय पोस्टमैन टू बी मेड ओवर टू ट्रेजरर एंड ही विल रिसीव द अमाउंट इन पोस्टमैन बुक, but the officers using delivery slip, the receipt of treasurer to be taken in their delivery slips. Question number 29. If a registered article of letter or parcel mail is delivered to an illiterate addressee, then LTA to be attested by witness, inquiry to be made, 2 witnesses required, no. His seal or other mark to be taken on the receipt and acknowledgement and attested by postman. Next question. If the addressee of one insured article is illiterate, then Is thumb impression, seal or other mark to be taken on the receipt and acknowledgement in presence of a resident witness who should be required to attest it with his signature. Next question please. Delivery of insured letter to an illiterate addressee is cited in rule number 98. Next question. In case of delivery of registered letter money order to a Pardanasin woman, if agent has not been appointed, which below procedure to be followed? Her signature shall be attested by a respectable witness, her relative known to postman. Article to be delivered to witness. If witness is not known to postman, witness must be identified and the identifier to sign in receipt of delivery payment of EMO. All of the above. Next question please. In case of delivery of insured letters to minors, which are correct? Insured articles to minors. It may be delivered to user or natural guardian. Yes. It may be delivered to any one of his family members. No. Delivered to minor in presence of the person in whose care he may be living at that time and the left thumb impresses signature to be attested by that person. It is true. It may be delivered to his or her natural guardian. Option A is wrong. Because he may not live with his natural guardian. Next question 34. The copy of EMO delivery slip must be signed by whom in acknowledgement of EMO and cash made over to them for payment? Signed by postman. Next, when thumb impression is taken, the thumb should be placed on paper and a complete impression obtained by rolling it very lightly one from left to right, not top to bottom. Next question please. When page thumb impression is taken, arrange sequence of steps from the following. A grease and dirt should first be carefully removed from the ball with the left thumb. It is always advisable to take one or two experimental expressions on waste paper before finally impressing the thumb on the content document. It should be wiped dry, laid on the special ink pad and very lightly rolled from left to right until it is sufficiently inked. Option D, it should then be placed on the paper and a complete impression obtained by rolling it very lightly one from left to right. What is the correct sequence? Correct sequence is A. A grease dent should be first removed from the ball with the left thumb. Then it is C. It should be wiped dry, laid on the special ink pad and very lightly rolled from left to right until it is sufficiently inked. Then it is D. It should be placed on the paper and a complete impression obtained by rolling it very lightly one from left to right. And then it is B. It is always advisable to take one or two experimental impressions on the waste paper before finally impressing the thumb on a document. Next question. In case a money order received for payment to blind person, procedure to be followed may be written to remitter. Procedure for payment to minor be followed? No. Procedure for payment to Pardanasin woman be followed? No. Procedure for payment to illiterate person to be followed. Next question. When payment of pension is paid to a departmental pensioner, the life certificate on the back of the acknowledgement portion of the EMO to be endorsed by postman. Next question. What is the proposed penalty to be awarded if a postman asks for or receives commission on paying one money order? He shall be removed from his service. Next, match A and B in case of EMO to be paid to minors. When the minor is to undergo the discretion is living with parents or lawful guardian. When the minor is under years of discretion and not living with parents or lawful guardian. When minor is old enough to understand the nature of transition, an agreement of indemnity undertaking to be taken. So when the minor is living with parents or lawful guardian, when the minor is under years of discretion and not living with parents or lawful guardian, it will go with C. When the minor to undergo of discretion is living with parents or lawful guardian, it will go with B. When minor is old enough to understand the nature of transition, minor himself, it will go with A, and D is D. So A, B, B, C, C, A and D, D. Okay. Next question please. When a person suffering from leprosy who has lost his fingers in living in an asylum, payment of EMO to be paid, head of the institution where he is residing. Next, when a person without hands or fingers is living with his parents, relatives, or friends, payment of EMO is made. Which statement is true to the responsible person with whom such a person reside? Such a payment to be made in presence of an independent responsible witness, witness to attest his signature or thumb impression on the form. All of the above are correct. Next question, please. Question number 43. Payment or delivery is to be made to lunatics under Lunacy Act. Which statement is false? Payment to be made to manager appointed by court. Which statement is false? Which statement is false? First you see this. So this is true. Manager to be appointed by the court. Payment to be made where manager not appointed by the court. This is false. Return to remitted in case who are in lunatic hospital asylum. This is true. In the officer suspect that address is payee is unsound mind and action taken on lunacy and may return to sender remitted. Yes, it is true. And it is also true. The option B is false. So in this case it is the right one. A postman may in no circumstances keep an article in his possession more than 24 hours. Postman will not be responsible for obtaining receipt acknowledgement for unregistered article. As regards to responsibility of correct delivery, find out false one. As regards any doubt in the identity must not be inquired before payment delivery. Must be inquired. So it said that find out the false one. Next question please. EMO in favor of persons not permanently resident within the jurisdiction of office or personally known to the postman should be paid on satisfactory proof of identity. If postman loses one EMO, RL or parcels, he should return to post office immediately and report loss to postmaster. Yes. Next question. Will return is usually on completion of delivery work and report loss to postmaster? No, not completion of delivery work. If an article is undelivered or EMO is not paid, the remark of non-delivery, non-payment be written briefly and legibly on the address side of the article. If an article is undelivered or EMO is not paid, the remark of non-delivery, non-payment be written briefly and legibly on the address side of the article. The delivery should be updated in Postman mobile application app. Next, as an additional duty, the postman to make data entry given for delivery 80 minutes prior to delivery, 60 minutes before delivery and 20 minutes after returning from the beat. Next question please. When no sorting or head postman is there, postman will attend beat sorting, collection of surplus cash from SO and remittance to act as agent for promotion of PLI or PLI. All of the above. Next question please. The mail attendants must be present on the platform with the mails at least 80 minutes before the arrival. At least 10 minutes before the arrival of the train by which they are to be conveyed. Next, which statement is false? LB attendant to know the hours at which the letter boxes in their beat, time of dispatch of mail, not to bring to the postmaster, notice any damage or defect. No, not to know, to bring, to be punctual to clear LB in their bits. So false one, this is false one. Next question, the keys of LB, letterbox attendants and hour place must be kept in the custody of postmaster or responsible assistant and never be given out to LB attendant except at hours fixed for them. What is false in relation with chief duty of packers to stamp articles posted for dispatch? What is false? It is the duty. Not to fetch the articles for sorting and examination. Not to. It is false. To assist in packing in mail. True. To assist in closing and sealing mails. True. So it is false. Next question please. Book of postmark is maintained in which form? Book of postmark. Book of postmark. Book of postmark is maintained in which form? MS16, MS19, MS8, MS18. Next question please. Letterbox attendant are not permitted to pay deliver. Registered letter? No. They are allowed to pay registered parcel, insured letter, money order. Letterbox attendants are not permitted to pay if it deliver money order. Next question. A GDS on qualifying LDC is entitled to grade pay of 2000 in level 3 of 7th commission. GDS with 5 years of service as a first ceremony regarding years is eligible for LDC promotion to Mailguard and 3 years for promotion to MTS as per notification dated 2023. When a money order is paid to a wrong person, payment to be made to correct payee on receipt of sanction from superintendent of division. All money orders including value payable money order will be treated as high value money order when amount exceeds It's not 400, it's 1000. Next, ordinarily cash in excess of dash should be enclosed in cashback 250. Payment of money order addressed to a place not served daily by postman will be kept deposit for 7 days and returned. Payment to payee only treated unclaimed to be paid to messenger as authorized by payee. Payment of money order addressed to a place not served daily by postman will be to be paid to messenger as authorized by payee. Payee refuses to take payment, money order be returned to remitter at once. BO daily account is exchanged between BO and SESO. Remittance from BO to its accounts office are either sent by post or special carrier. Yes, overseas postman, village postman. BO slips are prepaid in duplicate. The color of the postman uniform has been changed from blue to khaki. What is the limit of remittance to be carried out through a departmental employee under the provisions of Rule 22? Limit of remittance to be carried out through a departmental employee under the provisions of Rule 22, that is special carrier, 5 lakhs. The duties of head postman has been described under which rule? 86. When cash is entrusted to head postman to purchase stamp from treasury, the receipt for the amount is obtained from him in cash book. Mail attendants are employed in post offices at a railway station where there are no mail office. Next, this is different pattern. Again, we are starting from Rule 86, head postman. Who may be employed to make inquiries into minor complaints? Into minor complaints, not major complaints. Into minor complaints, verify payment or e-money orders and test the work of postman and letterbox attendants when they can be paid for such a purpose. It is head postman. Next question, please. Who will be entrusted with the duty of conveying money to and from the bank or township offices in the larger post offices? Head postman. Next question, please. Who will be required to take out for delivery or articles that have been returned by other postmen as unclaimed or refused, and to take up the work of any postman who may be temporarily absent? So it is head postman. Next question, please. Who may be ordered by the postmaster to accompany a postman to whom several insured articles or e-money orders of considerable aggregate value have been made over for delivery or payment? It is head postman. Next question, please. Whose service may be utilized in nodal delivery centers, NDC, where NDCs are working in head office? It is head postman. Next question, please. Every postman will be supplied for his personal use a copy of PO Pocket Guide and a copy of PO Pocket Guide and a copy of Chapter 3 in Volume 6, Part 3 in English only? No, in regional language. In regional language. Next question, please. Which of the following are correct with respect to postman's expected knowledge? Postman expected to know thoroughly the aids of inland postage? Yes. Use of PMA for delivery articles? Yes. Postman expected to be fully competent to fill up the forms with which the public have ordinarily to deal, especially EMOs and forms? Yes. Postman should be able to discuss the principal features and advantages of savings bank post office certificate? Yes. His services can be utilized for the members to public to render the mobile banking services? Yes. So it's all of the above is correct. Next question, please. On his return to the office, a postman should obtain the initials of the assistants concerned of the treasurer and acknowledgement of all receipts, acknowledgements, cash relating to delivered articles, paid money orders, undelivered articles, unpaid money orders, and cash which he was made over to the assistants of the treasurer, as the cash may be in the appropriate columns of postman's book. Next, where would the head postman make the entry in the postman book MS-27 to obtain a receipt in his book from the treasurer for the stamps and to made over to the latter after purchase from treasury or sub-treasury? As no special columns are provided in the postman's book for entries of these transactions, the particulars should be written across the form. Where would the head postman make the entry in the postman's book MS-27 to obtain a receipt in his book from the treasurer for the stamps made over to the latter after purchase from treasury or sub-treasury? As no special columns are provided in the postman's book for entries of these transactions, the particulars should be written across the form. Which of the following articles have no special columns provided in the form of postman's book for entry? No special columns. Insured parcel, advice of payment for delivery to the remitters of foreign money orders, value payable parcel, and registered parcel acknowledgement, AD. 2 only, that is advices of payment for delivery to the remitters of foreign money orders. Next question please. Which of the following records a head postman has to sign for money orders, make over for him to payment to him for payment to treasury, sub treasury or bank? Treasurer's cash book. On the reverse of the lower copy of the treasury voucher, which constitutes the office record for vouchers made over to him for drawings from the treasury, sub treasury or bank. On the reverse of the upper copy of the treasury voucher or for visit book. Which of the option is correct? Which of the following records a head postman has to sign for money order made over to him for payment into the treasury, sub treasury or bank? Has to sign for money order money made over to him for payment into treasury, sub treasury or bank? First treasury cash book, then on the reverse of the lower copy of the treasury voucher. Reverse of the lower copy of the treasury voucher, which constitutes the office records for vouchers made over to him for drawings from the treasury, sub treasury or bank. Next question please. When cash is entrusted to a head postman for purchase of stamps from the treasury or sub treasury, the head postman should give a receipt to the treasurer for the amount in the ACG2. ACG2. Next question. The particulars of the articles given for delivery under which system is not to be entered in the postman's book? The particulars of the articles for delivery under which system is not to be entered in the postman's book? Delivery slip system. Next question. In sub offices, where do the postman acknowledge receipt of the money made over to him for remittance into bank? Where do the postman acknowledge receipt of the money made over to him for remittance into bank? On the SO account? No. On the reverse of the counterfoils of bank vouchers? Yes. In sub offices, where do the postman acknowledge receipt of the cash entrusted to him for the purchase of stamps? On the SPM's receipt book. In sub offices, where do the postman acknowledge receipt of the cash entrusted to him for the purchase of stamps? On the SPM's receipt book. Used a postman's book should be kept. Used a postman's book MS-27 should be kept with the postman in his house? No. On record in the delivery department. On record in the delivery department. Next question. To whose notice the postman has to bring at once in case any article made over to him is open or damaged or that bears the appearance of having been tampered with? You all give the answers in comment box. Next, if an alteration in the particulars of an article made over to a postman for delivery is made in the delivery slip by the assistant, it must be attested by postman also. Next, the aggregate value of insured BP, COD, banking money order, IPEP that may be made over at one time to a single postman, it is 40,000. It may be increased to 80,000 by SSPO. See, postman transaction single insured 500, and to single postman 40,000. Single postman for delivery can be increased to 80,000. APPM Dak Sevak 15,000. Single APPM Dak Sevak for delivery to subject to prior consideration, it is 25,000. Okay. Intimations RP 53 delivered to BP less than 500, parcels weighing less than 10 kg. Intimations RP 53 delivered to BP greater than 500, parcels weighing greater than 10 kg. It's my mistake, sorry. EMOs to planters appears to be contraband. Damaged contents, accidental hotels, clubs, insured articles, Rule 93. Okay. Who is competent to increase the aggregate value? Be superintendent of post offices. Next question. The aggregate value of insured BP, COD, banking money order, IPEP that may be made over at one time to a single postman for delivery may be increased by divisional head subject to prior consultation with police from 40,000 to 80,000. Next, no postman is permitted to receive for delivery an insured article of greater value than insured article 500. Next, the aggregate value of insured BPCOD sent out for delivery through ABPM Dak Sevak is 15,000. Next, who is competent to increase the aggregate value? SSPO. Next, the aggregate value of insured BPCOD ABPM Dak Sevak may be increased or divisional prior to consumer police from 15 to 25,000. Next, no ABPM Dak Sevak is permitted to receive for delivery an insured article of greater value than 500. Who will write the name and address of the addressee or paying the appropriate column for delivery of intimations and notices entrusted to postman? Postman by self. Where the postman must sign the registered letter mail and parcel mail articles made over to him for delivery in token of having received them in the post office. Where the postman signed for registered letter mail and parcel mail articles made over to him for delivery in the token SCG2. No, SCG2 for treasury cash book. RP 33 and RP 8. Next, every postman must keep a book of receipts for intimations and notices delivered before proceeding on his bid in the form number RP 53. Next question, what is the maximum limit for delivering the insured articles by a postman? Maximum limit delivering the insured articles by a postman beyond which has to be delivered at the window of the post office 500. Next question, which of the following articles are to be delivered at the window of the post office only? Insured articles beyond 500 only, parcels weighing above 10 kg only, both A and B. Next question, which of the following statements are correct? Postmen while on duty are prohibited from distributing advertisement handbills. Yes, postmen not prohibited from distributing advertisements given under direct post. Yes, they are not prohibited, so both A and B are correct. Next question 33, where will the postman affix the receipt of intimation served on the addressee of BP article? Where will the postman affix the receipt of intimation served on the addressee of BP article? On the postman's book of receipts for intimations and notices delivered. Next question, if the addressee of a BP article is not at home when the article is given out for delivery for the second time, what is the course of the action by postman? Intimation to be delivered to the adult member of the addressee's household under receipt. Next question, if the postman on no account should deviate his bid, who fixes the postman's bid in a head post office? Postmaster. Next question, which of the following statements are correct? Postman is not obliged to give change. Yes, true. If emergency really occurs in the payment by the addressee of the charges recoverable on an article, the postman is authorized to take the article back to the post office. Yes, A and B are correct. Next question, which of the following statements are correct? Postman is forbidden to deliver any article until the full amount to be recovered has been paid on which any postage is due, custom duty is due, any sum to be recovered like VP parcel. All of these are correct. Next question, if the addressee refuses to sign an acknowledgement but merely signs the receipt of the registered post letter, what is the course of action by the postman? The postman will bring back the letter and will not deliver. The article should be delivered and a remark regarding the refusal should be written on the acknowledgement. Yes. The article should be delivered and a remark regarding the refusal should be written on the acknowledgement. Next question, please. In case of delivery of ordinary registered article is to be made by the special procedure of list RP 57, the postman should obtain the signature from the addressee on the upper copy of the list. Next question, while delivering a registered letter to an illiterate addressee, the postman has to take his LTI left thumb impression mark on the receipt duly attested by the postman himself when the article will be delivered to addressee. Next question, please. If the insured article is to be delivered to an illiterate addressee, the course of action by postman is his seal or mark should be taken on the receipt and acknowledgement, if any, in presence of resident witness who should be required to attest it with his signature. An article will be delivered to witness only. No. His seal or mark should be taken on the receipt and acknowledgement, if any, in the presence of a resident witness who should be required to attest it with his signature, and the article will be delivered to addressee only. True. His seal or mark should be taken on the receipt and acknowledgement, if any, and attested by the postman. No. An article will be delivered to addressee only. No. None of the above. No, B is correct. While delivering the insured article addressed to minors, the postman has insured articles addressed to minors. The postman has to deliver the minor only in the presence of the person in whose care he may be living at the time and after his signature or left of impression on the receipt and acknowledgement has been attested by that person. True. Minor seal or mark should be taken on the receipt and acknowledgement in the presence of a resident witness who should be required to attest it with his signature and the article delivered to the addressee only. Yes, it will be not minor seal will be not taken. It is wrong. ये गलत है क्योंकि जो साइन करेंगे उसके लेफ्ट थंब इम्प्रेशन और उसके सिग्नेचर लेना है. Minor signature should be attested by a respectable witness relatively known to such to postman. Delivery of articles should be made to the witness. So देखिए should be made to the witness and delivery of articles should be made to the witness. It is false. So option A is correct. Next question please. When the amount of money order payable to an illiterate villager is less than 5 and no literate witness is available in the village, duly attested by the securing the LTI of the illiterate witness of the village and his name should be written thereon by the postman. Next, when the accounts with respect to EMO's returned amount between the postman, the treasurer and the EMO assistant must be adjusted before the close of the post office. Next question please. When the amount of money order payable to an illiterate villager is 5 or more and no literate witness is available in the village, payment should be duly attested by securing the left thumb impression of the village and his name should be written, headman of the village and his name should be written thereon by postman. Next, when the amount of money order payable to a blind villager, payment should be duly attested by securing the left thumb impression of the paid to be obtained on the receipt and acknowledgement and a resident witness who should be required to attest it with his signature. Not two resident witness, only a resident witness and not by the headman. Next question. When a pension money order is paid to the departmental pensioner, the postman should endorse under his dated signature on the back of the acknowledgement portion of the money order a certificate to the effect that the pensioner is live on the date of payment. In this regard, which of the following statements is true? When a pension money order is paid to a departmental pensioner, the postman should endorse under his dated signature on the back of the acknowledgement portion of the money order a certificate to the effect that pensioner is live. The certificate should be attested by at least one respectable person. No. This certificate should be attested by at least two respectable person. Yes. In the month of January, April, July, October. Yes. True. Certificate should be attested by at least two respectable persons. True. In the month of November. No. This certificate should be attested by at least one respectable person. In the month of January, April, July, October. No one. It is true. Next question please. When a pension money order is paid to a departmental pensioner, the postman should endorse under his dated signature on the back of the acknowledgement portion of the money order certificate in English or regional language to the effect that the pensioner is live on the date of payment. A postman who asks for or receives a permission or present on paying a money order is liable to be removal. Next, where the minor is under years of discretion and is living with parent or lawful guardian, payment of money order addressed to minor will be made to the parent or guardian on his signing the money order on behalf of the minor. Next, where the minor is old enough to understand the nature of the transaction, payment of money order addressed to minor will be made to the witness on signing the money order by the minor. No, when the minor is old enough, then the money order to be paid to minor himself. Identify the correct option where the minor is under years of discretion and is not living with his parents or guardian and the parent or guardian cannot be ascertained. Payment of money order addressed to minor will be made to the person in whose care and custody the minor for the time being is subject to such person signing in addition to the money order an agreement of indemnity undertaking to indemnify the post office against all adverse claims in respect of amount of money order so paid. Option B देखिए, to the minor after an agreement of indemnity undertaking indemnify the post office against all adverse claims in respect of the amount of money order so paid order on behalf of minor. देखिए टू द माइनर बोला गया है, जो कि गलत है. नॉट टू द माइनर, टू द पर्सन इन हुज केयर एंड कस्टडी द माइनर इज बीइंग सब्जेक्ट टू सच पर्सन. ऑप्शन सी भी गलत है, ऑप्शन डी भी गलत है. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन प्लीज. When the postman, what is the procedure for payment of money orders and delivery of registered letters to those who are adjudged lunatics in the inquisition proceedings under the Lunacy Act, but for the administration of whose estates no managers are appointed by the court? No managers are appointed by the court. उस केस पे आप lunatics को कैसे delivery करोगे? The articles money orders may be delivered or paid to the respectable person of the village as witness for such delivery payment in the presence of lunatics. The post office में deliver the articles or pay the money orders to the managers. Managers तो नहीं है. The articles or money orders to be returned to the sender remitter. The articles or money orders may be delivered or paid to the lunatic on taking the signature of two respectable witness. तो ऑप्शन ए और सी में देखिए. ऑप्शन ए द आर्टिकल्स मनी ऑर्डर्स में बी डिलीवर और पेड टू द रेस्पेक्टेबल पर्सन ऑफ द विलेज एज विटनेसेस फॉर सच. नो 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 नो. द आर्टिकल्स शैल बी डिलीवर्ड टू lunatics only if managers are appointed by the court. Either the articles or money orders to be returned to sender or remitter. Next question please. What is the procedure for payment of money orders and delivery of registered letters to those who are adjudged lunatics in the inquisition proceedings under the Lunacy Act and for the administration of whose estates managers are appointed by the court? So as that case, the post office may deliver the articles or pay the money orders to the managers. Next question. Which of the following statement is correct with respect to the advices of payment for delivery to the remitters of foreign money orders in a postman's book MS-27? For entry, special columns is provided in the form of postman's book MS-27 to enter foreign money orders. No special columns are there. No special columns are provided in the form of entry of said foreign money orders, which should be written across the form MS-27. Yes, it is true. No need to write in it is needed to write in postman's book. Only head postman has to deliver the foreign money orders, so it will be dealt. No. So option 2 only is correct. Next question. Which of the following statements are correct with respect to instructions for delivery? If the addressee of an article cannot be found at the given address, frequently inquiry regarding his changed address should be made from the neighbors. If trustworthy information can be obtained, the postman should deliver the article at the new address if it is in his beat, or make a note of the new address of the article so it may be made over to another postman at the next delivery, or redirected to another postman. True. If sufficient information regarding the addressee cannot be obtained, the article should be returned to the postmaster as unclaimed. Very good. All of these are correct. Next, identify when the money orders paid by the postman who served village outside post towns. Payment should be attested by the headman of the village or village accountant or other respectable resident of the place where payment is made, whether the payee is illiterate or not. Next, if there is no literate man in the village to witness the payment of an e-money order to an illiterate villager, it can be paid in the presence of an illiterate witness whose thumb impression should be taken on the money order, including the acknowledgement in attestation of payment if the money order amount is more than or less than. It is less than 5. If more than 5, then it is headman. Next question. When the amount of money order is payable to a blind villager is 5 or more and no literate witness available, it is headman of the village. What is identified by the correct procedure for payment of money orders and delivery of registered letters to those who are committed by proceedings under the Lunacy Act to lunatic asylum or mental hospital established or licensed government? The articles money orders may be delivered or paid to the lunatics or taking the signatures of two respectable witnesses for such delivery payment. Okay. The articles the money has to be returned to remitter or sender remitter under proper advice. Okay. The articles money orders may be delivered or paid to the respectable person of the village as witnesses for such delivery payment in presence of lunatics. Acha. Option D. The post office may deliver the articles or pay the money orders to the managers of asylum subordinate to government mental hospital. The question is what is the procedure for payment of money orders and delivery of registered letters to those who are committed by proceedings under the Lunacy Act to lunatic asylums or mental hospital established or licensed by government? So in that case, two respectable witnesses is not required. The articles and money orders to be returned to the sender remitter under proper advice. Yes. If they hadn't hired managers according to the code, then it will be returned to sender. Choose the correct answer. It is what is the procedure for payment of money orders and delivery of registered letters to those lunatics in respect of whom no steps are taken under the Lunacy Act. The articles on money orders to be returned to the sender, remitter under the proper advice. The post office may deliver the articles. No. The articles money orders may be delivered or paid to the lunatics. No. The articles and money orders may be delivered or paid to the respectable person of the village. No. If no steps are taken under the Lunacy Act, then the articles and money orders will be returned to the sender, remitter under proper advice. So the correct answer is the articles and money orders to be returned to the sender, remitter under proper advice. Next question. In case the money order is to be delivered to a Pardanasin woman who has not an agent appointed in writing to receive articles on her behalf, the course of action by postman would be: a seal or mark should be taken on the receipt in the presence of a resident witness who should be required to attest it with his signature, and payment of money order would be made to the addressee only. Her seal or marks would be taken on the receipt and attested by the postman, and payment of money order would be made to addressee only. C. None of the above. D. Her signature or mark, if she is illiterate, should be attested by a respectable witness, ordinary relative known to such to the postman, and payment of money order should be made to the witness. It's option D. Next, if the registered or insured article is to be delivered to a Pardanasin woman who has not an agent appointed in writing to receive articles on her behalf in course of the action by postman, is her seal or mark should be taken on the receipt and acknowledgement, if any, in presence of a resident witness who should be required to attest it with his signature, and article will be delivered to the addressee only. Next, option B. Her signature or mark, if she is illiterate, should be attested by a respectable witness, ordinary relative known to such to the postman, and delivered articles should be made to the witness. Next, her seal or marks would be taken on the receipt and acknowledgement and attested by the postman, and article will be delivered to the addressee only, or option D. None of the above. So its correct answer is option B. Her signature or mark, if she is illiterate, should be attested by a respectable witness, and delivery of articles should be made to the witness. Which of the following is not a duty of the village postman? To sell postage stamps and money order forms to the public? No, it is the duty. To collect the unregistered articles and inland registered articles of a letter mail for dispatch? It is duty. To commit to memory of the particulars of route list, map of the beat, days fixed for this departure, return to the post office? It is true. So none of the above. Next question. No. सो पूरे हमने जितना भी क्वेश्चंस थे वॉल्यूम 6 पार्ट 3 से वो सब डिस्कस कर लिया है, इसीलिए थोड़ा सा वीडियोस थोड़ा लंबा हो चुका है, एक्सटेंड किया है। तो कृपया करके मेरे साथ पूरे वीडियो तक जुड़े रहने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और कोई भी क्वेश्चंस अगर गलत लगते हो या फिर ऑप्शंस गलत चूज़ किया हो तो आप डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स पे कमेंट सेक्शन पे आप लिख सकते हो, ताकि मुझे सुधारने की मौका मिले, और जो सही आंसर होगा और उसके रेफरेंस के साथ मैं सुधारने की कोशिश करूँगा। सो थैंक यू, धन्यवाद, जय हिंद।